Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and for today's tutorial I want to show you how to make this really pretty garden bracelet. The picture really doesn't do it much justice, but as you can see it's gorgeous, it's sparkly, and it's very Christmassy. So I'm going to show you how to make it with exactly the same as this because I'm going to make my sister one, and I'm going to use the red and clear beads like this one. So this is going to be, let me tell you what size this is. Let me just grab a ruler. It ended up being too small. It's 7.5 from one toggle to the end, so it's 7.5 inches. It was a little wee bit too short for me, so I added another toggle. So all I did, because it was too short, is I joined it here with a jump ring. I joined the two jump rings here. I joined a toggle together, and I just put it on here like this, as if you're doing up a toggle, right? Like this. And then you just do the bracelet up, and now you have a double toggle. Now, if you wanted to make it really fancy, you could sew two heart shapes in here and put the two toggle bars on the outside. So you could do whatever you want with it. But it ended up being a bit too short for my wrist. And now with this little added extra piece in here, it fits perfectly now. So, okay, so it's like a 1/2 inch too short. I don't like my bracelets super tight to my wrist. So I like them, you know, a little bit of movement in them, like this. Anyway, that's just a little tip. If you happen to make your bracelet too short, just add another toggle in. I didn't want to take this whole thing apart and waste everything. So that was for that 7.5 inch bracelet. I'm not going to make it 7.5 inches. I am going to make it like maybe a little shorter because I'm making it for my sister, and she's got a much smaller wrist than me. So I'm going to make hers, oops, still have this on it. So let's get this other toggle off, this extra one. And let's go 7.5. So I'm going to make this about one of these links shorter. So I'm going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're going to need 9, 3, what are these called? I don't know. They're a spacer bar, but they're super tiny and skinny. Hope you can see that. But they have 3 holes. But you're not going to use all 3 holes. But the reason I like the 3-hole spacer bar is because it separates your beads from banging together. And I'll show you what I mean in a second here. Let me just put this away. So for approximately a size 7 bracelet, you're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of these 3-hole spacer bars. And what these spacer bars do is they avoid your beads from pushing together, so they stay nice and parted, so they sit nice on your bracelet. Okay? So you'll need 9 of those. You're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8 of these big round crystals. So let me count out 8. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll need 8 of the 8mm crystal AB if you're going to use my colors. I'm using crystal AB because I really love how it sparkles. It almost looks like a crystal snowflake. And these are not Swarovskis. I don't even remember where I got these. I know I bought them off of eBay. They're not the greatest quality beads, but they still sparkle and they're still really pretty. So you're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of the red. And this is a Siam red. 8, 10, 12. How many did I say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 14, 16. So there's 16 red. All right, and You're also going to need anywhere from a 6 to an 8 millimeter bead cap, and I have all different kinds, but I'm using this particular one because it looks very Christmassy to me. I wouldn't use it any other. So you will need quite a few of these. In here I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48. So you're going to need 48 of these. And I don't think I have 48 here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And they really stick together. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. I gotta go get some more, but I do have more of these. So you'll need 48 of these 6 to 8 millimeter bead caps. They're really pretty snow starry like shape. I don't know if you could see that, but that's what they look like. Okay, so they're just kind of like a star. Flip it over. There we go. Okay. You're going to need one toggle, and I'm using this heart one because it's kind of pretty. You're going to need 4 wire protectors, and I have 4 wire protectors here. And you're going to need 4 little crimp beads. And for stringing material, I'm using bead along 0.18 inch, so it's 0.46 millimeter. It's 49 strand of nylon coated stainless steel. So you can use tiger tail, you can use just about anything. And you're going to need 2 lengths of this. I always cut a little bit bigger than what my wrist is because you want a little bit to fold over. So I'm not even going to tell you how long to cut it. Just cut it whatever way you think you're safe. I'm not going to cut it too short just because I don't like to not have any wire to work with. So I don't know, I'm probably cutting, I'll measure it for you guys in a second. Okay, so I've cut off two lengths of that. And try not, it's like a flexi wire, try not to kink it. Because if you kink this wire, you'll never get it straight again. Ask me, I've done it. And this one's being nasty. There we go. All right. Okay, Tiki, what are you doing on my bead? No, no, no. Come here. I got another little bratty bird. Okay, he wants to steal beads. So I've gotten 2 pieces cut. Watch out, Tiki. What are you doing? And we're going to measure to tell you how long I've cut it. So I've cut almost a 12-inch piece. Really don't need it that long. But when I was making this, I had like just this much left. And it's really hard to work with a little tiny piece to fold it over, get it in the toggle, get it in the wire guardian, and then get it into your crimp bead. So that was nasty. So I'm going to go off camera, spread all this out, get it out of my way, and get some more of these bead caps because I do need 48 and I think I only have 32 or 34. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm ready to get started here. And the first thing you're going to do is get your one end of your wire. Wow, get off me. It's kind of a bright light here. So get one end of your wire and you're going to pick up, let's start with a crimp bead. So pick up 1 crimp bead on your end, kind of hold it there so it doesn't come off, and take one of your wire protectors and slip it onto your toggle like that. So your toggle is already hooked into it, and kind of pinch it close so it doesn't fall off on you. And then put your wire into one end of your wire protector, like that. Then through your toggle. And this is what I meant by not having any wire to work with. And then down the other end and through your, right into your crimp bead. So I'm going in the other end and into the crimp bead as well. Okay, so let's pull this down. So try to pull that nice and tight. Push your crimp bead up and you've got one end of your, oh, did I tell you guys needed pliers and a cutter? Sorry, not thinking straight. So you're just going to take your needle nose pliers and crimp that bead right like that. I like to crimp it good and tight and just flatten it. Now you can use a bead crimper if you want, but I'm not a big fan of bead crimpers because they never work right for me, so I don't bother anymore. Just waste crimp beads. And then you're going to take your end and snip it right off, right at the tip where you joined it with the crimp bead. Okay, like that. Now, you could fancy this up and put a bead cap on there if you want, a crimp bead cover. I think that's what they're called. I'm not going to do that. I could, but I don't want to because I have a wire protector on here. And then you're going to do the same thing with the other end that you just did. So pick up one crimp bead, attach another crimp or wire protector to your toggle. So you need two of them. And I need to open this one a bit because it's not going to go in. Oh, I forgot I have nails. Fake nails, of course. And they're glued on. So, they're just glued on nails. You know, those Lee press-on nails? You guys ever remember that commercial, Lee press-on nails? I don't know, every time I look at fake nails, I think of Lee press-on nails. I know. Crazy girl. Okay. Now that my fingernails are in my way, and I tried to shorten them, they're not even long. Okay, I got it on, attached. Put one end in, one through the toggle, and the crimp bead's gonna fall off, which is okay because we can always pick it up. Pull this through, go down the other side of your wire protector, and into your crimp bead. So just slide your crimp bead down and make sure you got both wires in there and pull that there. Now we can pinch this one. Pull it up. Don't leave a little bit of give into your jeez. There we go. I crimped it. Wonderful. Squish, squish, squish. Alright, and then cut this tip off. Normally I would weave this in with the beads that I'm putting on, but this is very thick wire, so if you use 49 strand, you're going to see it's really hard to get both those wires into your beads and getting them to stay in your beads. So this is what you should have done so far. Okay. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to take one end, doesn't matter which one, pick up one of your space bars and put it into one of the holes there. You can use any 3-strand space bars you got, or 2-strand that are wide, and put the other one in the next hole, skipping that middle hole. Don't use the middle hole at all. Like that. Sorry, I keep having interferences with these birds. Okay, so we've put a 3-strand spacer on. So it doesn't matter which side you start on. You can start on any side. The first thing you're going to pick up is one of your bead caps, and you're going to put it on upside down this way. So it sits like that. Okay? Then you're going to pick up one clear bead or whatever color you're using, and you're going to let that fall on top. And then you're going to cover it with a bead cap like this and let that fall. On the other hand, or the other string, you're going to pick up one of your bead caps upside down, okay, one of your red beads, and another bead cap upside right, and you're going to bring that down. All right, and then you're going to pick up another bead cap, another red bead or whatever color you're using, and another bead cap, putting it on upside right or upside down or through the bottom of it, whatever. Okay, so now you've got this so far. Okay, you've got one clear and two red on your string. Now you're going to pick up another spacer bar. So pick up one end of your spacer, let it go down, and then take your other end and go through the outside, the other hole, and bring that down. So this will keep your beads from clashing together. And be very careful with your bead caps, because they don't sit nicely if you use these kind until you push them all together like that. So this is what I've got so far. So now on the side where I have only one crystal, I'm going to pick up a bead cap from the bottom, and this time I'm going to pick up one red one. I'm just going to alternate, and then I'm going to pick up a bead cap that's upside right, and then I'm going to pick a bead cap upside down. So one going one way, one going the other way, like this. And then I'm going to pick up another red bead and another bead cap. And these bead caps are optional. You don't have to use these bead caps. I just like them because they really finish off the beads nicely. So on the side where you have your two reds, you're going to pick up, let me flip this over because I'm right-handed. On this side now is what the side I'm working on. I'm going to pick up a bead cap, a clear bead. Darn it, my furnace is kicking in, and when you guys hear that loud noise in my videos, it's my stupid furnace. It's so loud because I only have a core floor. Okay, so this is what we've gotten so far now. So now you've doubled that. Okay, it's really super easy bracelet to make. And now you need to pick up your spacer bar and then bring the other end through your spacer bar this way, like that. Whoa, don't you twist. Okay, so now we have this so far. And why is that doing that? It's being finicky, are you? So we got this, and this is all you're going to do the whole length of your bracelet, okay? So get all of your beads strung on like this, and I'll come back and show you how to finish off the ends and attach your toggle bar. Okay, so I'm finished stringing on all my beads and all my bead caps, and I made sure all my beads were sitting in their bead caps, so make sure you check that yours are all sitting in and you've got a spacer bar between each set. So now let's end our bracelet, and before we crimp our beads, we're going to just double check this. So on the end you're going to pick up one crimp bead, let that fall, and then you're going to put your toggle bar onto one of your wire protectors like so, and then you're going to put your wire through the wire protector through the spacer bar or toggle bar and go back down the other side, like so. And then you're going to go through your crimp bead, which mine's sitting down here on the spacer bar, and pull that. So now you're going to pull this not super tight that you're going to warp your bracelet. So don't pull it so tight that it warps. Leave a little bit of movement in there, but make sure you, before you crimp, you double check everything looks good. And now you're going to get ready to crimp that bead. Well, I'm pull it a little bit tighter than that, and I'm just leaving a little space in here, and I'm crimping like that, nice and tight. And then you're going to do the same thing over here. Pick up your crimp bead. All right. Add your wire guardian or wire protector, and make sure you add it on the right side. You don't twist, cross it over and put it on this side. Make sure you put it on the right side. Okay, and give it a pinch, and then bring your wire in one end through the toggle bar and drop it like that, okay? Stay still. Be finicky. There we go. Oh my God, it fell out again. Right. And down the other side. And through your crimp bead. I got it, and it's gonna stay there. Ain't gonna let it go. And pull your wire. Okay, now before you tighten that one up, make sure, oops, push this all down. We'll have to pull this a wee bit tighter. So, making sure everything is all lined up. See how that bead cap is sitting? Don't want that to stay like that. Ugh, there we go. Now we'll fix her up. Okay, I think it's good. So I've got a little bit of space in between the spacer bar and the bead, crimp bead, so I'm crimping it. And I kind of like to crimp it on both sides, squish it. Make sure I didn't get anything in there I missed. And now all you're going to do is cut these ends off as close to your crimp bead as you can. There we go. And there we have about a size 7 really pretty Garland bracelet. Yep, it's about a size 7. It's about a ½ inch shorter than this one. So we have 2 bracelets made. Let me measure just so you guys can see for sure. Exactly 7 inches. How much better can I get than this? So you're just going to judge it on your wrist size. That's all you're going to do. You'll know how many beads to add in there. You can use 6mm, 4mm. You can use anything you want. I just thought I'd give you this idea as to having a Garland bracelet. Isn't that pretty? Or maybe 2. 2 of them would be nice like that. Actually, a 4-strand would be gorgeous, right? Anyways, that's just a little too much bling for me to wear. 1 is enough. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and that you have fun making this Garland bracelet as I did teaching you how to do it. Simple and easy. I have a really pretty bracelet coming up, and all it takes is 11/0 seed beads. It's super simple, super cheap to make, but it's going to be kind of, I don't know how you'd call it, elegant maybe. It'll be really pretty to wear at Christmas time too, or to the office or to work. whatever. All right. Have a great week, guys. See you soon on the next video. Bye-bye.